Hi everybody, welcome to Move It Workouts. My name is Sarah and these are workouts that you can do anywhere, anytime. 30 minutes is all you need, so we're going to be doing yoga today. Let's get started. Coming into a comfortable seated position, placing your palms onto your knees, gently closing your eyes. We're going to take 5 deep breaths together here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Keeping your lips lightly sealed, inhale through the nose, sitting up a bit taller. Exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine. Inhale, breathe into the belly, into the chest. Exhale, let everything come back in towards the body, pulling the belly into the spine. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. 1 more deep inhale. And exhale. Gently blink open your eyes. Big smiles on your face. Inhale, raise your hands up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, release the right fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, left hand extends up. Exhale, reaching over to the right. Keep your right elbow in towards your right hip. Keep pushing your left knee down towards the floor. Keep pressing into your right hand. Feel the crunch in that right oblique. Feel the extension out of the left side of your waist. If you are comfortable, stay here. If you can, maybe walk the fingertips away from you. Maybe see if the elbow can come down towards the floor. The butt starts to come off. Just stay at your maximum point. Wherever you are, roll your left shoulder open, looking up towards the ceiling, past your elbow. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Sweep your hands all the way in front of you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Repeat on the other side. Raise your hands up towards the ceiling. Take a nice long inhale. Exhale, left fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, extend your right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reaching over to the left. Keep your right knee down towards the mat. Keep pressing into your left hand, elbow close to your hip, feeling the compression in your left oblique, feeling the stretch up and out of the right side of your waist. Options to stay here, options to walk the hands further away from you. Keep the bum on the floor. Maybe roll that right shoulder open up towards the ceiling, gazing past your elbow. Breathe. 2, you got this. And 1, sweeping your hands all the way in front of you. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting yourself all the way up, reaching your fingertips behind your back. Lift your chest open as you inhale. Squeeze your elbows behind you, shoulders reaching in towards each other, collarbones broadening up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing, keep hugging that lower belly in towards your spine. If this is not comfortable for your neck, tuck your chin in towards your chest, but keep that chest reaching up and open. And slowly come back to center, hands onto your knees. Gripping your knees really, really tight. Round your back towards the back wall, tuck your chin in towards the chest. Really feeling the shoulder blades separate. Keep your arms straight and slowly come back to center. Take a nice long inhale here. Reset the spine. And exhale. Coming onto your hands and your knees. Tabletop position. Palms directly underneath the elbows, underneath the shoulders. And knees are directly underneath the hips. Make sure that you're not too far back or not too far forward. Keep your toes tucked under. Your hands are spread super wide. And make sure that your elbows are pulling in towards each other this way, not outwards this way. All right? The eyes of your elbows, where the line crease is, should be facing forward. Let's sway right and left, just to warm up the wrists here. And then swing front and back. And slowly come back to center. Flip onto the back of your right hand. Fingertips pointing down towards the knees. Press into your wrists. Round your shoulders up to take the weight off the wrist and straighten your elbow as much as you can. 2 and 1. Slowly coming back to center, switching to the other side. Fingertips down towards the kneecaps, back off the palm onto the mat. Round your shoulders up, straighten your elbow if you can. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center. All right, I'm just gonna face you, but you stay exactly where you are on your mat. Bring your knees in towards each other to touch. Keep your toes tucked under. Round your shoulders up towards the ceiling. And now from here, lift that right knee off the mat just for a second. And then can you reach it out to the right like a peeing dog? Now, make sure that your left hip is not collapsing. Press into the palms firmly. Stand stronger into your left knee. Inhale, we bring it into touch. Exhale, we reach it out. Inhale, we bring it into touch. Exhale out. Feel that outer glute working. Inhale in. Exhale out. You got this. Keep breathing. Inhale in. Exhale out. One more. Inhale in. Exhale all the way out. Stay here. Breathe. Feel that outer glute working. My legs are shaking. And try to reach your right leg out to the right side. Keep pressing into the hands. Reach it out, out, out. And drop the foot down towards the floor. Now point the big toe up towards the ceiling. Hands onto your hips and stand onto your left knee. Inhale, raise your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right fingertips down towards the thigh. Raise the left hand up. Exhale, reaching over. If you can walk your fingertips down the leg, go ahead. If not, just stay with the hands onto the shins. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center, hands onto your hips. Left hand down towards the left side. Now turn your right toes to face forward towards me. Squeeze into the glutes. Keep your fingertips on the floor, right hand onto your right hip. Now just kick the pinky toe side of your right foot up towards the ceiling. Good job. Feel that outer glute working. Options to stay here, options to raise your right hand up. Find your balance. This is a quarter moon. It's half of a half moon. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Hand back onto your hip. Swing that right leg all the way towards the top of the mat. Heel down, toes up. Walk your fingertips forward. I'm going to face that direction so that you can see what's happening now. So this is where we are in our half split now. Don't let the butt sink down. Try to lift the hips a bit more. If this is really hard for you to keep straight, keep it slightly bent. More importantly, you want to stay strong in that left knee. Right toes pointing in towards your face. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, let's fold. Hips stay high. Do not push the hips back. Breathing here. Inhale, lengthen the spine again. If you can, straighten that right knee. Wherever you are, stay at your maximum stretch. If not, you're going to fold with me just a little bit more. Stay. For another 3. Good job. 2. And 1. Bend a little bit into that right knee. Place your palms down onto the floor. Now round your back super hard. Hug the knee into the chest. And slowly step it all the way back. Coming back to your tabletop position. Ooh, good job. All right, let's switch to the other side. Bring your knees in towards each other. Lift that left knee off the mat just for a second and then bring it out to the side. Again, same thing. Do not collapse into that right hip. Bring it back to center. Squeeze through your outer glute. Inhale, tap. Exhale out. Inhale, tap. Exhale out. Keep breathing. Inhale, tap. Stay strong. Exhale out. 2 more. Inhale in. Exhale out. 1 more. Inhale in. Exhale out. Hold it there. You got this. Press firmly into the hands. Now extend your left leg out to the side. Woo. Breathe. 2, 1. Drop the leg down. Point the big toe up towards the ceiling, hands onto your hips, stand onto that right knee. Lifting your chest. Inhale, raise your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left hand down towards the left thigh, reaching your right arm overhead. Again, if you can, walk your fingertips down the leg. If not, just stay with your hand exactly where it is. Breathe. 2, and 1. Okay, right hand down towards the mat. Left hand onto your left hip. Turn the big toe down to face me. And then from here, press firmly into the hand. Stand onto that right leg and kick the pinky toe side off your left leg up towards the ceiling. You're going to poke this part of your bum. You're going to feel it super strong. All right, staying here. Options to stay here. Keep that lower belly hugged in. Options to raise the left hand up towards the ceiling. Breathe. 5, 4, 3. Big smiles, everybody. 2. You're doing good. And 1. Hands back onto your hip. Reaching the left foot forward. Coming into that half split position. So I'm going to face forward this time. Your left leg is forward, your right knee is still staying strong. Your hips are high. Keep your left knee bent if you need to. Now, facing forward, just make sure that your hips are not swaying either side. You want the hips to stay super, super straight. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, you can tell that my back is flat. So if you're starting to round your back like this, lift yourself up a little bit more and just stay here. If you are okay, fold forward a bit more. Pull the toes in towards your face. Inhale, lengthen the spine one more time. Exhale, fold. Can you straighten that left leg a little bit more? Staying strong for 3, 2, 1. Press firmly into the hands. Round your shoulders up. Hug your knee into the chest. And step it all the way back. Tabletop position. Beautiful. Let's go through our first vinyasa. Let's walk the knees back just a little bit here. Now don't let the hips sink down. Keep the hips high, but do not sit the butt back. So keep the shoulders over the hands, coming into an assisted plank. Options to stay here, options to bend the elbows in towards you a little bit. 1. Can we go a bit lower? 2. Can we go a bit lower? 3, and lower your belly and your chest all the way down towards the floor. Untuck the toes. Now roll your shoulders back behind you. Squeeze your elbows in behind you. Lift your chest, press into the hands. Stay, and then exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Tuck your toes under, press into your hands. Worm yourself all the way back into that child's pose. And then lift the knees up and back. Butt is high. Downward facing dog. So the downward facing dog is essentially just an inverted V shape. You want the highest point to be in your butt. And you want your legs to be as straight as possible, but if they cannot go straight, it is okay. Keep your heels high, keep your knees bent, stomach close to the thighs. If you try to straighten your legs straight away and your hamstrings are tight, you're going to end up like this. This is not what we want. We want to push it all the way back. Beautiful. Breathe here. 2 and 1. Inhale, look up between the hands, walk your feet step by step all the way towards the top of the mat. Keep your knees bent if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips onto the shins, underneath the kneecaps. Now I can straighten my legs here, but as I do so, I'm reaching my body forward, using my toes to grip the mat, shoulders away from the ears, flat back, belly hugged in. This is very important. Let's repeat that. Exhale, bend the knees, folding forward, fingertips onto the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. As you do so, hands onto the kneecaps, lift your chest, shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, fold one more time. Staying here, grabbing opposite elbows. Let your butt go all the way up. If you tend to get lightheaded when you're upside down, keep your gaze towards the mat. If you are okay, look between the legs. Now, a lot of us are starting to do this. Let's try to lean the weight a little bit forward into the toes. Don't lose your balance. And try to push the butt up. Stay. 2 and 1, release the fingertips down towards the floor. Roll yourself all the way into a standing position. Beautiful. Hands to your heart center. Bring your feet together. Come into a V position. So your big toes are together. Your heels are slightly apart. All right. From here, we're going to place the hands onto the hips. We're coming into chair pose. Using the thumbs behind your bum to guide your bum down towards the floor this way. So as I sit back, I do not want to tilt my butt back. I want to sit down this way and then lift my toes up towards my knees and sit down this way. So rather than going forward into toes and feel knee pain, I want to sit back this way. So you're going to feel your quads work. Ooh, this is a workout, my friends. You want to go a bit deeper, reach your fingertips down towards the floor, keep your chest lifted, try to touch your fingertips towards the mat. If that is too much, lift yourself up. Bring your hands to your heart center and tuck your tailbone under. Hug your lower belly in. Options to stay here, options to raise the arms by your sides, biceps by your ears. Breathe. Can you still see your toes? If you can, that's great. If you can't, sit back into the heels a bit more. And exhale, let's fold forward. Beautiful. Fingertips onto the floor. Step your right foot between the hands, left leg all the way towards the back of the mat. Wiggle your toes until you cannot wiggle them anymore. Find your balance. Keep your gaze in one position, hands onto your hips. Now when you are ready, step into that right foot. Lift your chest up. You want to feel a stretch in that left quad. Breathe. 2 And one, slowly lower that back knee down towards the floor. Make sure that your right knee is stacked over your right ankle. Raise your hands up towards the ceiling. Take a very gentle back bend if you want to. And then exhale, hands down towards the floor, framing your right foot. All right, from here, we're slowly going to sit the weight back, coming into that half split one more time. Okay, lift the toes up towards the ceiling. If you need to keep your right knee bent, go ahead. Now, we're going to walk the hands over to the right side, coming into a twist and a core crunch in that right oblique. Woo! Breathe. Options to stay here. Options, can you get your left elbow on the outside of your right knee? Half prayer position, stay. Oh, I'm cramping. 2. And 1, left hand on the inside of your right foot. Step your right foot down. All right, if your knee starts to hurt here, place a towel underneath the knee. If not, let's windmill the right hand forward and then towards the back. And then see if you can bend your knee, heel in towards the bum. If this hurts too much, just stay right here. If you are okay, go ahead, pull the foot in, point the toes up. Don't grab the foot just yet, stay here. 2, 1, and then see if you can grab pinky toe side of the foot. And now reach your chest forward. Feeling a stretch in your shoulder, in your quad. Breathe. 2, and 1. Slowly release everything back down. Palm down, step your right leg all the way back, high plank. Push back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, look up between the hands. You can either walk all the way to the top or you can take small little hops with me. This is quite fun. So ready? We're going to take 3 small hops. 1, 2, and 3. Good job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's fold all the way down. Inhale, raise your hands up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Let's come back into that chair pose. All right, so from here, big toes to touch, heels are slightly apart. Hands onto your hips again, or if you think you're okay, hands to your heart center, sit back into that imaginary chair. Imagine that somebody's trying to pull the chair from underneath you, so you need to hold your own weight and find your own balance. Lift your toes up towards your shins. Breathe. 2, raise your hands overhead if you want to. And 1, exhale, folding all the way down. Fingertips onto the mat. Step your left foot forward between the hands, right leg all the way towards the back of the mat. Wiggle your toes until you cannot anymore. Find your balance. Step firmly into the feet. Hands onto your hips. Find your gaze. And then lift yourself all the way up. Breathe. Whew. Feel that stretch in the right quad. I know I feel it too. And slowly lower that right knee down towards the floor. All right, you got this. Fingertips framing your front foot again. If you can, sit all the way back, hips still high. Okay, if you can straighten your left leg, go ahead. Toes are up. If not, just keep your knees slightly bent. From here, let's walk the hands over to the left side, feeling a crunch in your left oblique. Woo. Keep breathing. You got this. Maybe right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Half prayer position. Breathe. Feel that crunch in the left oblique. Hold it here. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back into that bent knee position, making sure that your ankle's directly underneath your knee. Okay, right hand down towards the floor. Windmill your left hand up and back, looking towards your right toes. Again, if you need to, go ahead and place a towel underneath your right knee. If not, bend the heel, pull the leg in towards you. Do not grab the foot just yet. Breathing here for another 3, 2. Are you okay? Grab it, pinky toe side, and then face the chest forward. Feeling a stretch in your quad and in your shoulders. Oh, my quads are burning here. Breathe. 2, 1. Slowly release. Windmill the hands all the way back down. Tuck the right toes under. Lift that knee off, step back, high plank. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, everybody. Breathing, your hips are high, pressing firmly into your hands, into the balls of your feet. Inhale, looking up between the hands. Walk or take 3 tiny hops with me. Let's go. 1, 2, and 3. And let's sit all the way down onto your mat. Legs are extended out in front of you. Inhale, raise the hands up towards the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we bend the knees. Exhale. We bend the knees very slightly. If you need to, bend the knees even more, grabbing the outsides of your feet or grabbing onto your ankles or onto your calves. Now, the most important thing here is we want to make sure that the stomach is close to the thighs, so we are not rounding the back this way. I know a lot of us are super, super tight. So bend the knees as much as you need to. Make sure that your stomach is close to your thighs, grabbing onto your ankles or your calves, and then slowly see if you can start to straighten the legs. Once you are at your maximum, stay there. I know some of you are super flexible, so if you can, go all the way down. All right, wherever you are, breathe. Keep your gaze between the ankles or between the knees. Stay here for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly step your feet into the mat. Gonna do some core work right now. Grabbing behind your thighs, round your back very slightly just so that you're coming off the bony part of your bum. Now walk your tiptoes in towards you. And find that balance where you can actually float your toes off the mat without much effort. All right? Keep your chest open. Keep leaning your chest up towards the ceiling. Keep bringing your chest closer towards your thighs. Good. Now, can you bring the right leg parallel to the floor? Left leg parallel to the floor. Breathing here. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards each other. Maybe float the right hand forward. Maybe float the left hand forward. If you want to challenge yourself even more, raise your biceps by your ears. Oh, you're going to start to feel this a lot. If this is too much for you, just stay here. Breathe. 2, and 1. Wherever you are, I'm going to raise my biceps by my ears. We are now going to straighten that right leg. Hold. You got this. 2, 1. Bring it parallel to the floor. Left leg up. Hold. 2, I cannot really, reaching my arms forward, and 1, when you can, if you are okay, both legs up at the same time. Breathe, try not to roll back. If you did, join us again. 2, squeeze the inner thighs in towards each other. 1, grabbing behind your thighs, step your feet onto the floor very gently, and then bring it back up again. 1, tap. 2, tap. If you can do it without touching the floor, go ahead. 3, tap. If you can do it without your hands. 4, tap. Inner thighs touching, come on. 5, tap. 6, oh, my legs are shaking. 7, we've got lucky number 8. And 8, hold it there. 3, 2, and 1. Step your feet onto the mat. Hug your knees, bring your nose down towards the knees. Take a rest here. Breathing. For another 3, 2, and 1. Extend your left leg out in front of you. Pull your right foot in towards you as much as you can. Now sit up tall. Sit up super tall. Option number 1, you're just going to hug your right knee in towards your chest here. You're going to feel this compression right here. This is doing you a lot of good for your stomach, okay? So you're going to option, hold it right here. Left toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Option number 2, you are going to get your right shoulder on the inside of your right knee. You're going to try to jam your armpit against your shin. If you are okay here, press your palms into the floor here. Stay. Option number 3, you're going to lift that right glute off the floor for a second. Reach the right hand forward and then reach it towards the back. Thumb down, bend at the elbow. Can your back or your palm touch your butt or your upper back? All right. Stay here. If you can, left hand goes around to wrap. Grab your shirt, or if you can, interlace your fingers. Try to sit the butt back down. Unfortunately, my legs are short, so it's a bit hard for me to do that. But it's okay, everybody's body is very different. Slowly releasing wherever you are. Right hand behind you, facing the right leg, left hand up towards the ceiling, elbow on the outside of your right thigh, coming into a stop sign. Breathe. If you can, walk your hand behind your back even more. 2, and 1. Slowly release. Now step the left foot into the floor, right ankle on top of your left thigh. If this is too much for you, walk the leg out a bit more. If you are okay, reach your hands forward. Get your chest towards your shins. Get your elbows in front of your shins if you can. You can do this. All right, some of us are right here right now. Just stay here, okay? Try to lift your chest towards the shins a bit more. If you can, hook your elbows in front of your leg and lift it off. What? You can do this. I'm very sure some of you can do this. Breathe. 2, and 1. Slowly release. And right leg straight. Left leg in towards you. Heel towards the bum. Sitting up tall. Okay, option number 1. Grabbing your shin. Hugging your knee into your chest. Make sure that there's compression between the thigh and your belly. Option number 2, get your left shoulder on the inside of your left knee. Reach your chest forward and down. Place your palms against the floor. Get your armpit to wrap around your shins. Armpit, that's such a funny word. Armpit. All right, wherever you are, if you are okay, maybe reach your left hand out to the side. Okay, face your thumb down towards the floor so your palm's facing the back wall. And then the back of your palm in towards your butt or in towards your back. If you are fine, reach your right hand across. See if you can grab your shirt or grab hands. Breathe. Toes still pointing up. 2, and 1. Slowly release. Are you guys feeling okay so far? Yeah, that's great. All right. Left hand behind your back. Right hand up towards the ceiling. Sit up tall. Exhale, right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Coming into a stop sign, you will realize right now my back is a bit rounded. As I press, I want to lift my chest and sit up a bit taller. Okay, don't let the right leg go limp. Keep it pointing up. Breathing here. For another 3. Ooh, I love this stretch. 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center. Step your right foot into the floor. Left ankle on top of the thigh. Again, if you need to, walk it further away from you. If you're okay, step it fully down. From here, reaching forward, try to bring your chest towards the shins. Again, if you are super rounded, just lift your chest as much as you can, okay? If you are okay, reach forward, elbows hook. Are you ready? Let's go. Lift. This is a party trick, guys. Okay, but beyond that, it's really working into your glutes and into your lower back. Breathe. 2, and 1. Place it back down if you had it lifted. Reach your legs out in front of you. Step your feet into the floor. Hands behind you. Fingertips facing forward. All right? Stepping firmly into the floor, grounding through your heels. Gonna lift the hips up. Keep your chin in towards your chest and squeeze through the glutes. Now, open the chest up a bit more. Press firmly into the hands. Breathing here for another 3. If you want to, you can hang your head back. But I prefer my chin in towards the chest. 2. Step firmly into the floor. And 1. That was your reverse tabletop, sitting back down. All right. Shifting your weight down towards the bottom of the mat, hugging your knees, or behind your thighs, roll onto your backs. Okay, gently rocking yourself side to side, allowing the mat to massage your lower back here. And then stepping your feet into the floor, hips distance apart, making sure that your fingertips can graze your heels here. Placing your hands out at a 45-degree angle away from you. If you've got a rubber band like I do underneath your head, just remove it first so that your head can press firmly into the floor. Shoulders down into the mat. Okay? Roll your shoulders underneath your chest first, just for a little bit more leverage. And then when you are ready, heels firmly into the floor, lift your hips up. Squeeze into the glutes. Lift your chest up, roll your shoulders underneath your chest just a bit more. Maybe fingertips can touch your ankles. As you do so, lift the hips up even higher, squeeze into the glutes. If you want a little bit more assistance, get your knuckles underneath your butt. Push your hips up, keep the height, stay there. Breathe. 2, and 1. Unroll your shoulders from underneath your chest, upper back, mid back, and then lower back into your tailbone. Step your feet firmly into the floor. You're going to feel your lower belly hug into your back. Stay. 2 and 1. Slowly relax. Bring your knees into your chest one more time. Drop both knees over to the right. Your left arm is in a cactus arm, so 90-degree elbow. Elbow in line with the shoulder. Options to keep your gaze up towards the ceiling. Options to look towards your left elbow. Slowly coming back to center. Take a nice long inhale. Exhale, drop your knees over to the left side. Again, your choice. Stay here or right arm in cactus arm, elbow in line with the shoulder. You can choose to look towards your right elbow or you can choose to gaze up towards the ceiling. Whichever works better for you. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring your knees back into the center. One last stretch. Happy baby. Okay, we're starting with our hands underneath the knees, pulling our knees in towards the armpit, but your butt is still on the floor. Your knees are apart. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, grabbing onto the shins, pulling yourself down a bit more, but keep flattening that lower back into the mat. Option number 3, grabbing behind your thighs, soles of the feet reaching up towards the ceiling. Option number 4, grabbing behind the ankles, pulling your knees down towards the mat, keeping your bum on the floor. Option number 5 or 6, I lost count, grabbing the outsides of your feet and pulling your knees down towards the floor, shoulders into the mat. Breathing here for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring your knees into your chest and step your feet into the floor. Extend your legs out. Open your legs as wide as the mat here, allowing your big toes to roll out and away from each other. Hands out at a 45-degree angle away from your body, palms facing up, fingers curled naturally. Just going to let the body and the spine reset here for just 1 minute. Try not to move. Allow your breath moving in and out of your face be your meditation. Just something for you to focus on. With every exhale, feel your body get heavier on the mat. Slowly bring your awareness back to your breath. Wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing sensation back to your body. Slide your feet in towards each other, reaching your arms overhead, taking a nice long stretch. And as we exhale, we pull the knees into the chest, rolling over to the right side, using your right arm as a pillow for your head. And then when you're ready, left hand pressing into the floor, pushing yourself up into a seated position. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Palms onto your knees, sit up tall. And taking a nice long inhale, gently blinking open your eyes, raising your hands up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers, slip your palms up, gently swaying left and right. And slowly bring your hands to your heart center. If that does not work for you, just place your hands onto your knees. Inhale, lifting your chest towards your thumbs. And exhale, thumbs between your eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that very short flow. So everyone is really encouraged as much as possible to stay active on a daily basis. And you just need to do 30 minutes, okay? So stay home, join us for 30 minutes of just very, very fun, short activity. And I would love to see you in my classes. So stay safe, stay active, stay healthy, and I will see you guys very soon.